So Nina Turner lost again. Nina Turner lost again against Shontel Brown. Here's a speech Shontel Brown gave 6 months ago.
Hard work and an amazing team can do when we all work together.
But
So that race, there were 13 of us. So if you do the math, I went from 3 to 6 to 13. And we got 50.4% of the vote in a 13-person race. And it was declared that we were down by 35 points. So it was a David and Goliath comeback. So again, to God be the glory. So I stand before you now.
so that's, cute. But to God be the glory. To God be the glory. And David and Goliath comeback. She was the establishment candidate. Nina Turner's the outsider. Nina Turner, I mean, Shontel Brown would run against, goddamn Ross Perot and pretend that she's the underdog. Shontel Brown, she'd run against Jill Stein and, feel so threatened by her that she'd try to smear her with saying she's anti-vax and... What? Jill Stein's running for president so people might consider her? Yeah, Hillary, it's totally David and Goliath, isn't it? It's totally David and Goliath. Ultimately, it comes down to policy. You give me universal basic income, you give me land reform, you take a fucking big old bite out of poverty with just a little tax credit or some shit. How is tax credits going to help pull people out of poverty? Getting people jobs, getting people businesses. That's how you're going to get people out of poverty. Cutting checks, getting them land so they could raise their own goddamn food if, push comes to shove. They can survive on their own. I also want, a Patriot Act. I also want free college or cancel student debt, the Employee Free Choice Act. Let's see, repeal the Patriot Act, end the war on Palestine and Yemen and, Cameroon and Somalia and Venezuela. Get us Medicare for all. Get us a public option. How about just medical leave? Can we have 6 weeks of goddamn health care? Instant runoff voting, ranked choice voting. Can we get a better democracy? Puerto Rico, D.C., are we going to turn them into the 51st and 52nd state? Are we going to end police brutality? Are we going to free Mumia, Snowden, Assange, Winter, and Peltier? Are we going to pass an economic bill of rights? Are we going to add a right to water, privacy, food, clothing, housing amendments? Are we going to break up the banks, pass a Glass-Steagall Act? Are we going to redact all the JFK files, plant a million trees? Are we going to do any of this shit? We can't even get the goddamn Tubmans into circulation. No wealth tax, family medical leave, ending the war on drugs. Let's get a dollar version of Bitcoin. Can we do that? Can we confront human trafficking and terrorism and slavery and genocide everywhere it exists? Hey, American Empire, you're the world's policeman, and you're allowing these evils to go on? Why are you the world's policeman? Pass a felony animal cruelty law? We need the presence of justice in America. The criminal justice system needs to be fair, and our cops need to be good. Have we outlawed the trillionaires? I mean, that's something that's like nothing, but it's something. We can end homelessness for $5 billion. Get referendums in Latin and South America and accept all those people who want... We don't have to militarily conquer anybody. They might just freely want to be Americans. And it'd be stupid for the empire to not accept anybody that wants to become Americans without us having to bomb and kill and destroy. That's like we conquered the country without, firing a single shot. Even another crime bill would be something. How about free internet for everybody? You want education for everybody there? That solves all education needs. There's a digital divide. So is Shontel Brown going to get us any of that stuff? Is she going to get us any of that stuff? She's been in there for 6 months. Shontel Brown. So Shontel Brown. Jada Pinkett Shontel Brown's gorgeous, right? Shontel Brown is gorgeous. Striking. You know, she holds a microphone well. She wears, you know, nice clothes. Beautiful. She looks like a Jada Pinkett. Like a Jada Pinkett Smith. But not even Jada Pinkett Smith. She might look pretty on the outside, but she could not. She's a hypocrite. She didn't stand up for the nutty professor, and not even Jada Pinkett Smith could get Caine out the ghetto. Jada Pinkett Smith couldn't even get Caine out the ghetto. So if Jada Pinkett Smith couldn't even get Caine out the ghetto, we're going to expect Shontel Brown to be any different. She's not going to get any of the Caines out of the Cleveland ghetto either. The Caines in the Cleveland ghetto are going to stay in the Cleveland ghetto. And where the fuck was, Machine Gun Kelly? Machine Gun Kelly had an opportunity to get a motherfucking Bernie Sanders representatives. You know, a Bernie Sanders style representative for your goddamn city. Fucking Machine Gun Kelly. Goddamn, he don't seem like he's politically astute at all. He don't seem like he's God. God be the God. God's talking to you, Shontel. She's the David and Goliath. Yeah, you're the Goliath, Shontel. You're the Goliath, okay? The moderates. The moderates is what they're going to call you because Nina actually has conviction that change is going to come. Shontel Brown, not so much. Jada Pinkett Smith couldn't even get Caine out the ghetto. God is talking to her. She's freaking crazy. Shontel Brown thinks God talks to her. Shontel Brown, that's not God talking to you. That's your own inner voice, your own maybe conscience, maybe your own selfish voice. I don't know. Maybe that's your... You got an angel and a devil, right? So maybe that's your devil. Maybe that's your angel. Who knows? It's not God. Maybe that's what you... Is that what you mean by God? According to Wikipedia, she's on the Committee of Agriculture, Committee on Oversight and Reform, Congressional Black Caucus, New Democrat Coalition. So she's on a bunch of caucuses and shit. When she first got in there, she had voted for the bipartisan infrastructure law, which she's making it sound like, well, I got elected, the infrastructure law got passed. You're welcome, America. If it wasn't for her good old Shontel Brown, what, Nina Turner wouldn't have voted for it? Nina Turner would have gone to the left of it and made it bigger and better and made it better, you know. Build Back Better Act. 2 new bills she introduced to improve access to school meals for students and enroll more veterans in preventive health care. She said something about lower health care costs. I'm not enthused about this. I just don't feel change. She co-sponsored more than 50 bills. She has a perfect voting record. Compared to what? Compared to what? Even this is on her own thing, and her accomplishments are, you know, she was one of the, 300 votes for the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Then she was one of the 300 votes for the Build Back Better Act. And then that's it. That's it. Now that's all you're going to get. That's all you're going to... Why would you want more than that? Why wouldn't you want more than that? Yeah, she's been in there for 6 months, tried to give her some time, God. But all she had to do is, 2 fucking votes? 2 goddamn votes. You could, instead of begging for money all the goddamn time, make some speeches in defense of homelessness or, for poor people or unions or some shit. Jim Clyburn, Hakeem Jeffries, Richie Torres, and Nikema Williams all appeared in the district. So they're all for Shontel Brown. There's some controversy with the squad. You would think that the squad would be progressive, but apparently the squad, they went ahead and they've been enveloped. They're in bed with the Democratic oligarchs. They don't care about new blood, new ideas. They don't care about Bernie Sanders. Shut the fuck up. And Bernie Sanders, do you not feel the love? Do you not feel the love, Bernie? God damn, we love you, Bernie. I'd like Nina Turner to be president. Because I wanted Bernie to be president, you fucking pieces of shit. Well, we had a good man that almost became president. That was the biggest goddamn concern from you motherfuckers. What? A good man who's going to change things for the better? Yeah. Yep. For the first time in my goddamn life, 40 fucking years, 40 goddamn years, I haven't seen a liberal, left-wing, socialist, whatever you want to call them. Never seen a left-wing president. What left-wing president? Which president hasn't been imperialist or capitalist? Which fucking president, huh? Please. So the votes, basically same shit. Melanie Ann Stansberry, so, I guess she did a little bit more. She's got women's health protection. But Boebert, basically, Shontel Brown has the same voting record as Lauren Boebert. I'm going to give Shontel Brown some benefit of the doubt. I'm going to mention in New Mexico, there's 3 representatives. There's Melanie Ann Stansberry, there's Yvette Harrell, and then there's Teresa Lager Fernandez. Melanie, Yvette. Are they all women? Teresa? 1 is Republican, 2 are Democrat. So there's only 3 representatives for the entire state of New Mexico. Very sparsely populated New Mexico is. Now, Colorado has 7 representatives. Apparently. I thought Ed Perlmutter said he was going to quit. But let's see. Congressional Representatives, Colorado. But you got Jason Crow, right? You got Jason Crow. I'll just get to a validation, let's get this double verified. What do you mean? I got 2 websites that 2 websites are saying Okay, Ed Perlmutter is still a representative. Ken Buck, Joe Neguse, Diana DeGette, Doug Lamborn, Jason Crow, and Lauren Boebert. 3 Republicans, 4 Democrats. Boebert, Kim Buck, and Doug Lamborn are Republicans. Jason Crow, Ed Perlmutter, Joe Neguse, Joe, good old District 2 Joe. Diana DeGette. She's a Democrat, District 1. So there's 7 representatives of Colorado, 3 representatives of New Mexico. That's 10 representatives all together. Just to give you a compare and contrast, you're like, wait a second. People get all crazy about Nina Turner, but how come they don't get crazy about Kenneth Robert Buck? You know who Kenneth Robert Buck is? Good old Kenneth Robert Buck. He's Colorado's 4th Congressional District. He's been in there for quite some time. He ran unsuccessfully before, and then, he's Ken Buck. What else you need to know? He's born in 1959 on February 16th. He's 63 years of age. He went to Princeton and the University of Wyoming. In Wyoming. So that means he's better than you. Because he came from out of Wyoming. Yakety yak! Don't come back. Rape case controversy. Okay, so thou should not rape. I don't know if... anyways, we're not here to talk about Ken Buck. We're here to talk about Shontel Brown. The beautiful Shontel Brown, who's not going to get any of the Caines out of the Cleveland ghetto. Expand opportunity and end poverty. I'm just going to end this off with... the Plain Dealer endorsed Nina Turner. Frankly, everybody who endorsed Nina Turner and stood up for Nina Turner, I'm so fucking impressed and amazed. Yeah, Nina Turner, she's a little rough around the edges, but her policies, which she got us UBI, which she got us universal health care, is there anybody in the world that doubted that Nina Turner would have brought change to America? As best as she could if she would have got in there. Anybody in the world. Too many Ohioans cannot afford some combination of housing, healthcare, education, and utilities. We need to make them all more affordable. For families, I support the Biden-Harris plan to make child care. When they say more affordable, they're basically saying that they're Milton Friedmanists, they're capitalists. We can get the same shit out of the right wing, which includes relief for child care providers in danger of Closing, expanding child care. So she's what, a Milton Friedman capitalist, or what is she? Does she even know? Is she a liberal? Is she a socialist? What's she? A progressive at least? Progressive means you want to progress forward, to progress forward. Is she some regressive asshole? You want to go backwards, huh? You like being stuck in the mud? Hey, I like being stuck in the mud, and frankly, I think we should get stucker in the mud. We should get it even more stucker in the mud. Should I have the honor to be elected? Wait. I also support universal pre-K, free community college for all. Good. Free 4-year public college for families making under $125,000. Well, okay, I like that, but why? Okay, so some college debt cancellation for everyone. No, cancel everybody's debt. What the fuck? With additional relief that goes to the people who need it most. Significant federal investments and pathways to the middle class that do not require for your college degree. Should I have the honor to be elected, I will fight alongside Senator Sherrod Brown to dramatically cut childhood poverty by making the recent changes to the child tax credit permanent. I also plan to pick up former congressional woman Fudge's mantle. She dropped the mantle and finished the fight to make sure no American goes hungry. Of course, this includes fighting to pass the PRO Act, which strengthens unions and empowers workers. And like Secretary Designate Congresswoman Marcia Fudd, I support a path to a $15 minimum wage that indexes to inflation so it has built-in increases. What?
Relieved, because everyone said the biggest hurdle was the primary, but we took nothing for granted. We worked hard after August up till today, hitting the polling locations, knocking doors, making phone calls, raising money, going to the churches, going to the union halls, connecting with our elected officials. It was just an amazing journey, and I look back and I think back on it, and I didn't really get to relish in the moment, but just seeing so many faces that I know and love and that know and love me, even from childhood. I see my mom's friend that knew me since birth, and my neighbors that knew me since I moved into the neighborhood, and my cousins, and I mean, you are all so incredibly special to me. So this is not lost on me, the magnitude.
So apparently Biden told everybody to get in line with Biden's election over Bernie. It's just style over substance, right? Style over substance. Well, she's pretty. She's pretty and she wears nice clothes. Could you imagine if Shontel Brown was in favor of universal basic income and the way that she was being so passionate and charismatic just then and there? Could you imagine if she says, I think about the hard times that my, family and cousins went through. How we had to pinch pennies. How we had to sit there and, do this and do that and whatever. Have a wish sandwich and just eat a packet of, ketchup just to put something in our stomachs. With her talking about the hard times and then her connecting the hard times to getting universal basic income, that saves capitalism. Universal basic income saves America and it gets rid of poverty. Hey, Shontel Brown, you want to get rid of poverty in Cleveland, then pass universal basic income. You get rid of poverty. You get rid of poverty. Gone. Gone. Poverty is gone. It helps capitalism because you're getting a check, but you got a bare essential check. You can pay your fucking rent. You can get, food and goddamn turn your lights on. Pass out a check. Pass out a check. LISWAP, LISWAP, Low Income Sewer and Water Assistance Program Act. In Congress, I'll prioritize strengthening civil rights laws, advancing comprehensive criminal justice reform, reducing gun violence, and ending the use of private prisons. Let's hope she does any of this. I believe Ohio should follow Illinois' lead and ban cash bail. That's stupid. I think you should have jail reform. Turn your jails into Norway's jails. I'll be proud to support the George Floyd Justice for Policing Act, good, which increases accountability for law enforcement misconduct, improves data collection and transparency, eliminates discriminatory policing practices. In Cuyahoga County, I have sought to develop options so that people who call 911 will have a crisis intervention option. They don't have to rely on the police. She's also championing the Crisis Assistance Helping Out on the Streets Act, the CAHOOTS Act, She's proud to be a key part of a new generation of leaders that strongly believes in environmental justice. I support the principles laid out in the Green New Deal. I'm committed to aggressive action on climate change with net zero emissions by 2050 and a carbon-free power sector by 2035. We can achieve these goals, create millions of jobs in every part of America, bring down the cost of electricity. Clean energy actually costs less for families. In addition, I support upgrading America's infrastructure with investments in road, airports, water infrastructure, connecting every community in Ohio to high-speed broadband internet. Let's hope she does that. Also, for the sake of our democracy, I support initiatives to get money out of politics, overturning Citizens United, banning members of Congress who become lobbyists in Congress. I'll champion the For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, which will expand voting rights, limit gerrymandering, create new ethics rules, and reduce the role of money in politics. I was totally on, Team Nina Turner. I heard that Nina Turner actually didn't concede last time, or whatever. Usually you're somewhat respectful, but I'll say this: Shontel Brown seems to know her stuff. She's good at organizing. She's good at coalition building. She's good at public speaking. She has a ton of progressive planks if she can get them through. If that's what's important. She was talking about how much money she raised in that speech there. And that was from 6 months ago. So I don't think she's going to, dramatically change from then to there. But people might say, she only had 6 months. We didn't even give her a chance. Okay. You got 2 years. You got 2 years, Shontel Brown. I don't think you're a progressive, and I don't think you're going to get the progressive changes. You're not going to give us the bold progressive changes that we need to move this country. This November is going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath. The Republicans are going to win so many fucking seats all across the country. Why? Because the Democrats have not delivered. They didn't offer. She's saying something about a bold progressive agenda. So she's got, a lot of the right ideas. Now she's got to deliver. Now she's got to deliver. And frankly, give me fucking UBI. Give me UBI. Or give me death, because I think UBI saves the capitalist system, which, say whatever you want to say about that, but that's the system we're living in now. And if we're all going to go down, just taking everybody's money and passing it out, that's only going to, help once or twice. We're going to have elections and businesses and a bunch of, we're going to have to get this shit back going, up and running again once. So anyways, she said God talks to her, right? To God belongs the glory. No, to the people, the progressives belong the glory. And, we'll give her 2 years, but frankly, I think it's going to be a bloodbath this year because the Democrats didn't deliver. Joe Biden barely won by the skin of his chinny chin, barely fucking beat the worst goddamn president we've ever had in our entire life. But he got Build Back Better finally got passed, and the infrastructure got passed. 2 fucking bills? You passed 2 fucking bills the whole time. There was a stimulus, right? So they passed us 1 fucking check. 1 goddamn check. Meanwhile, Ukraine gets, fucking $33 billion at the drop of a hat. $5 billion would have gone to solve homelessness. So our priorities do seem to be. So 2 years, I'll give Shontel Brown 2 more years, but for the Democrats, for Joe Biden, yeah, your goose is cooked. Your goose is cooked because what the fuck, you haven't done enough. You're the leader of the party. You're the one that has to, shove so much great fucking things so that way when the Democrats go to the polls in November, they can say we've done so much for you guys, but the fucking Biden administration hasn't done shit. They haven't done shit. I want a bold progressive agenda. That's why I wanted Bernie Sanders over Biden, but Biden was all style over substance. And Shontel Brown seemed like she was, I was all about Nina Turner, so to be honest, until now I didn't really look into Shontel Brown. She's not as bad as I once thought that she was, because you have Nina Turner talking about dark money and, the evil money and all this other shit that's coming in, and I'm sure there's a lot of wealthy people that was on, Shontel Brown's side, but I'm sure there was progressives too. So I'm going to say we'll see. We're guaranteed change with Nina Turner. So if we don't get change with Shontel Brown, then we need to get ourselves, somebody else in 2 years. But she won this election, and we'll see, how it all goes down from there. Okay, Shontel Brown, if you give me UBI, I won't, complain about anything else. But universal health care, canceling, student debt, getting free colleges for everybody, Employee Free Choice Act. There's something just by pen, but that allows people at workplaces to vote for a union. Are Americans, we only have like 9% union numbers. Are we really that anti-union? Or do we just not have the chance and the opportunity to vote for a union? If Americans had the opportunity to vote for a union, would we do it? Are you actually for the unions or not? Shontel Brown passed the Employee Free Choice Act.